everybody. Don't feel like a creative juggernaut on a Sunday after drinking last night, but there you go. Right, welcome and happy Valentine's Day for all you people out there. Today I'm going to be talking about love to play and what play is about for me. Let's go to the next slide. So yeah, my name's Jeff Coghlan. I've been running Matmi for 15 years. It's our 15th birthday this year, which is quite incredible. And during that time, you know, we've enabled play to change the world. We've gone into lots of different businesses and worked out how we can actually use games and our love of play as human beings to actually change what we actually do and the way we behave and the way we actually do things. So, as it's our 15th birthday, we're going to talk about how we make play pay. I've got 15 minutes, and I think I've got 15 slides, so I'm trying to game with myself here to see if I can do this, because normally I talk for about an hour. 15 minutes, really, really short space, so we'll see if we can do it, and I'll play a game with myself. I've just broke my own rule there. Yeah, the time's going down, not doing very well already. Well, there we go, let's go for it. So, 15 years of play, 15 minutes, 15 slides. Where did it all begin? The reason I'm here today is because of this, Lego. As a little kid, I was a lonely child, and I got given Lego to shut me up. And it did. I used to make things and create things and just make spaceships and houses. And it made me creative, and it made me want to play, and it made me want to invent. It made me want to do something where I created things in the world. And that's why I set Matmi up. Because of Lego. That's weird, isn't it, how it actually carries on, you know. So, you know, I created, I imagined, I built, I invent, something to express myself. And, you know, if you look at Minecraft now, it's where kids can express themselves. Minecraft is modern-day Lego, you know, but you can show the world rather than just your mum. So, you know, my career has been inspired by this power of play. So if we think about play, you know, what is play about? I mean, play is essential to our nature as a species, you know. We need play. Play is something we do at our own leisure. You know, play is something, it's not an obligation, it's something we want to do. You know, let's think about play. And if you think about kittens play, they play about how to actually kill something and how to survive, but that's a different picture. So, you know, we all love to play in a different way, but play is separate from everyday lives. It's played in a particular space. It's not something in a normal space of everyday work. It has its own rules. You know, when I speak to people say, who plays games? They go, oh, games, it's a certain nerdy type people. But everyone plays something. Sudoku, crosswords, football, whatever it is. We all make little games in our own minds. And that's really interesting about how play works. So, you know, when I was I'm 43 now, which I can't bloody believe I'm getting old. Anyway, that's another picture. So when I was a kid, my parents said, stop playing bloody computer games. And they still say it to kids, don't they? Don't play, these games are really bad for you, you know, creates violence, people are going to shoot each other, all these games. I don't believe games create violence. I think games make people better at violence. If it's a violent game, then you're going to learn, because that's what it's about. But you have to have that violent side to you anyway, you know, realistically. And my parents said, you know, don't play games, they're not good for you. But think about what games teach kids. Problem solver, faster reactions, maths, physics, teamwork. You know, all social connections. The list goes on, and we need to realise and celebrate play. Don't demonise play. Right. It's me 5 years ago, this. Been on a bit of a diet and everything since that. You know, going back to what people think about people who play. Quite often I go in front of a lot of big corporations, blue chips, and I talk about we can make games or gamify something. And then this is what they think. This is what they think the audience is. But they're so bloody wrong. Let's think about it. The average game is actually over 35 years old. 68% of gamers are over 18. And more adult women play games than boys under 18. This is fascinating stuff. Candy Crush has got a lot to responsible for. Can you believe it sold for £1.5 billion? More money than Star Wars franchise. How is that possible? I'm not going to talk about Candy Crush because it upsets me. Anyway, so we play for relaxation, we play for, you know, release. We escape the humdrum of everyday lives. That's what play is about. Team play, it's about sense of cooperation, working within a team, trying to actually compete together but work together. Different types of play for different types of people. So you look at, I don't know, I'm not a football fan. My dad wanted me to play for United when I was a kid, and we moved over from Ireland to Old Trafford when my mum was pregnant with me because I was going to be a footballer. Well, that worked, didn't it? Anyway, that's not what I was talking about. Essentially, play is something we do for our own enjoyment, whereas work is something we do for a reward later on. Professional footballers get paid a crap load of money, don't they? But if they didn't get paid that money, would they still play football? Well, yeah, of course they would. It's not just about the money. And if you actually look at the people who play for the passion of play, they're the ones who are the most successful. Hence. So play pays. So play shouldn't have to stop when you grow up. Take me for an example. Work also involves challenges, working within teams, problem solving. So why in work and play? Why is it different? I like to play games, but we don't particularly like our jobs. So can we make work like play? Can we bring those intrinsic motivational achievements and reward mechanisms that we have within games, but apply them to the workplace? Then I can get up in the morning and think, I'm going to go and play a game, rather than I'm going to work. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to make play change the way behaviour, change the way we think, get people motivated to do something different. So if we look about play, what actually it's done already. Play now, when we started 15 years ago, I just thought the internet was bloody boring. People were just saying, I want a website, what do you want on it? War and Peace. Hey guys, all this text, and be like, who the hell's going to read this? And if they read it, they're going to be so bored, they're never going to go back. So we started making just silly games and experiences and stuff that we thought people would like and smile and educate and different stuff. And now, all of a sudden, we're working with healthcare, trying to save lives with play. We're trying to find cures for cancer through the power of play. We're helping the military and soldiers actually fix wounds on the battlefield through the use of play. We're looking for ET with play. Play's changing everything that we actually do. We're designing meeting room booking systems, virtual reality roller coasters, everything, but it's all about play. So I think how play changes, obviously finding love through play, topical, let's go through it. So let's talk about something called gamification. Years ago, we just made a lot of games and stuff that was just either selling a brand or raising awareness or raising money for charity. But then we realised if we get those motivators from play and apply them to non-gaming environments, this is a different thing. Then someone gave it a shit word, gamification, or gamification, like some sort of leg infection. I've got gamification in my leg again. And if you look how these actually work, it's fascinating. You've got points, you've got rewards. It's the psychology of why we want to play with certain things. You've got challenges, but achievements. You've got self-expression, customization. Going back to Minecraft again, kids love the self-expression. Now, their primary points are the green ones, and that's what people play for, but the secondary ones are the grey pits. So we need to think about how does game logic apply to non-gaming environments? And it's about motivators. Now, a lot of stuff, you'll see like the freemium types of games that, going back to Candy Crush, people hooked to. Why did Candy Crush make so much bloody money when there's a million games like it? Why does that one stand out? And it's because they've really plugged into the psychology of play, about social sharing, about gifting, about helping out, about egos, all that sort of stuff. But there's a different type of motivators with gamification. There's intrinsic and extrinsic. I can't even say those bloody words. Anyway, so let's go to it. So extrinsic focuses on achievements through a quick spread and wares as social sharing, getting stuff out there, leaderboards, the general stuff. But that's what people think gamification is. Slap a couple of badges on, everyone's sorted. Great. But motivators that come from externally to us is one thing, but the best motivators for longevity is when it comes from within us and outwards, and that's intrinsic. And I think that's an interesting one, how it actually works. So we talk about the different ways that actually is. You put people into separate tribes, and how I've put them into is you've got the socialisers, the free spirits, you've got the achievers and the philanthropists. God, I said that word. I've tongue-tied the philanthropist so many times. So you've got relatedness, so it's all about RAMP, relatedness, autonomy, mastery, purpose. So, you've got the relatedness, they like to share stuff, they like being part of a community, they like being part of a group. You've got the free spirits that like to express themselves, love the freedom, love being responsible for certain things in that way. You've got the achievers, and they're the ones that bragging points, look at me, I'm fantastic, all that sort of stuff. And then you've got the philanthropists who actually like to help people out, actually like to be part of something in a different way. So you think about how does play change and what can play do? And when I go and see people go, well, why would I want a game? Well, it's not about games. It's about getting people to want to do something. If you've got a football by itself, it's just a ball. I can just look at that ball and I go, if I think, oh, can I keep this ball up for 20 seconds? And that's a game. And it's about how do you make everything into a type of game. That's what our whole ethos is about. So if we look at things about, how can this work? How can games or gamification and the love of play change the way we work? It's about, obviously, where we started was boosting brand equity, but now we're doing stuff like with cancer research to find a cure for breast cancer through the power of play. That's fascinating that we've come from these silly little flash games to actually doing major research, looking for extraterrestrial light, launching products, generating social buzz, connecting the worlds together. For the past year or so, we've been making a product for the cinema industry which will change the way cinema works, and that mixes play connected to brands, connected to films, interactive trailers. The whole world of cinema will adapt because it will all involve the love of play and why we go to the cinema, but spreading the world and making the cinema interactive all through play. So it's fascinating how play, keep an eye on that time, how it changes our world and how it's changed my world. 15 years in play. Now we work for the biggest clients in the world, whether it's Barclays or MAC Cosmetics or Lily Allen or Gorillaz or Warwick Davis. We did a game about his life, reflecting how we had to get, it was Tamagotchi meets The Sims with a celebrity dwarf in a Monty Python style. Get your head around that. He came to me because he said, I want a game. I'm only small and I've mastered the big screen, so I want to master the little screen. Can you make my life into a game? How strange it is. So just going to show you a quick video of, it's a really old video, but I think it really emphasizes simply why play pays and how it can change your behavior in a really, really simple way.
Go on.
Very simple example of play and how it actually changed behaviour. And I think you've probably seen the one in Sweden with the stairwell where they were trying to get people to, all that sort of stuff. And that's what it's about. It's about how do we make play in a different way. Recently, we've just been working with Alton Towers. Now, obviously, you can imagine that's quite a bit of a weird one because we did work with the Smiler. Didn't design the roller coaster. And we've been actually trying to mix marketing and experience together in a sort of an experiential way. So what we've actually done for them recently is we've done we're involved in their new virtual reality roller coaster. So they've got a brand new virtual reality roller coaster. So you remember Air at Alton Towers? They've remixed Air. They've put Oculus Rift on it. And basically you're going to fly through space. So we've actually been involved with a lot of that, but we're actually doing it where we've got an app, we've got an actual game, but then there's an experience in the park that you actually go and hunt down as well. We use virtual reality and augmented reality and the game and gamification all in one beautiful little app that's meant to change it. And now we've just, on the back of play, we've designed a way to actually get rid of queuing in theme parks through the power of play. And we've actually worked out that we can turn a theme park into a game. So actually going to the theme park is a game by itself. So if you're teenagers, you're being chased by zombies, and you've got notifications, but when you're going by zombies, you've got to get to certain rides, but the rides are in real time of what rides are available, and they're quite free at that time. So it's a really clever way that we can actually turn an experience into play, and I think that's a really strange way. So it's loving to thrill and loving to play. So we want to change the world with play, and can we make play change the world to a better place? You know, I hope so. So I invite you all to play on and get involved. Thank you very much.